I'm on my way to an olive press, but we've stopped off here to see this tree because it is the oldest olive tree in the world. Nobody knows exactly how old it is, but they say somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 years old. So it's old. But more importantly, and my take home from this, is that at every Olympics, a branch of this tree is taken to the host nation. And so the next time this tree is going to be clipped is going to be for Paris. Unless, of course, I take just a little bit. Take it home with me, which I might. Nobody's looking. Chloe, you have no idea how excited I have been coming here. I adore olive oil.
Good.
But I want to know more about it. And this looks like the perfect place.
Yeah,
So,
well, we have a lot of olive oil.
Yes.
So that's a good start.
Good.
And not only here, for the whole island.
What is it about Cretan olive oil, though, that sets it apart from others?
Well, I think Cretan olive oil, first of all, we have a huge quantity of it and we have a huge history with this product. So we have over 40 million olive trees on this island and producing close to 5% of the world's production. Mm-hmm. So that's huge.
For such a little island,
yeah,
really.
Yeah. And of course, the average age of an olive tree in Crete is at least 100 years old. Mm-hmm. The oldest ones date back to 2,000, 3,000 years old.
We called off
there. Yeah.
Just down the road. Just amazing.
They're amazing trees. They're amazing trees. The thing is that to get an olive oil in its highest quality, this is an art. This is an art that it needs extreme care. And when we're talking about olives, olives are fruit. Yeah. Many times we don't think of them as fruit because we eat them salted or we eat them in vinegar. And so we don't often think of them as something that resembles an apple or a grape or something like that, that these things we know that they need to be taken care of. They need to be in a fridge or they need to be in a place protected from light, from oxygen. So the same exact thing goes for the olives. If you want an amazing olive oil out of these amazing fruit that have beautiful aromas and beautiful flavors and beautiful health value, everything has to be taken care of inside the process. Yeah. And so, this is something that it creates a product that is you can taste by glass. Usually, it might seem strange to a lot of people to be tasting an olive oil by glass, but in reality, there are olive oil sommeliers that do this every day. Their job is to smell and to taste an olive oil. And in fact, olive oil sommeliers have found more types of aromas inside olive oil than in wine. So it's something very exciting that, okay, if you're used to maybe some supermarket olive oils that have been through a lot of processing, you might bring it up to your nose, but it'll be completely bland. A really amazing, fresh, high-quality olive oil has beautiful aromas. It can be from grassy to fruity to nutty. And if you want to help it out, we tap it with one hand and warm it up with the other. It helps to warm up the olive oil. It's exposing the aromas, both good and bad. Hopefully they're not bad, because if you have bad aromas, these are defects. And if you find a defect in the smell of an olive oil, it can bump it down from extra virgin to virgin olive oil. So we're smelling grass. It might, yes, you have grass. And what about a hint of tomato, ripe tomato? You can find things like ripe tomato, herbs, dry herbs like rosemary or thyme.
Well, I'm smelling definitely that grassy, herby smell. Exactly. That's the overriding when I do this.
And this is very characteristic of a Koroneiki variety olive tree that is from Crete. Now, in order to taste, you don't have to sip the whole thing, just a small sip, swirl it around in the
Oh, I would take the whole lot. I just did it every morning. I have about that much olive oil.
It is very healthy
for my joints.
Along with the aromas and the flavors, an olive oil, if it's produced correctly and cold pressed without overheating, without adding water, it can have amazing antioxidants and health value for us. But it has to be produced correctly. This is the high quality olive oil. So small sip. We swirl it, and you can also go to help break up the flavors. And you have bitter,
Oh,
You have pungent, it's a strong one,
peppery.
and a pepper as an aftertaste.
Yeah.
The level of pepperiness often has to do with the levels of oleocanthali that is inside olive oil. That is an extremely healthy olive oil, antioxidant inside of the olive oil. And
Can I
here
have
you
the
have,
rest?
yeah, of course. And here you have notes of maybe some raw artichokes, maybe some walnut.
Walnut.
And so this is how we can experience a really amazing olive oil. Now, I'll also pour you a completely different product. Now, this one is made out of Tsunati variety. It's another variety we have here in Crete that is usually found in the high mountains. And you will see a completely different olive oil here. You might notice some more ripe fruits on the nose, some green aromas, and more smooth on the palate, but a lot more pepper as an aftertaste. So we do the same thing, warm it up. And this is just to show how two different varieties and two different production methods can produce a completely different olive oil. And we're two collaborating companies that we're working together downstairs in the factory. So this is... So here you have more like pear, ripe pear.
It's much lighter. Not such an earthy smell.
And in the flavor, you see there's a balance, there's a smoothness to it, and it tastes like ripe banana.
I don't know if I'm particularly tasting banana, but I'm definitely... There's not the pepperiness. There's not the grass.
It creeps up.
Does that? And at the moment, it's definitely fruity, lighter, fruity. It's just delicious.
So I'll also pour you in some of our flavored oils. So this one is made with, we crush into the stone mill. The whole lemons and whole bitter oranges. And this one we don't have to taste that by glass because it's pretty obvious what we're looking for here. So you can just take a little bit of bread and dip it in, and you will see you have these beautiful aromas from the citrus being crushed in.
And I'm looking for a citrus, but
this one is the bitter orange.
Know it. Yeah.
And here you think of recipes that remind you of Christmas.
Yeah.
Anything with beans or fava.
So, as a little bit of take home, when I'm at home and I'm not sitting here with you, what am I looking for when I go to buy one? Because there's loads and loads and loads. In the delicatessens.
That's a good question.
Which one am I looking for?
It's a good
Especially
question.
because I want it as much to flavour my food, but to keep me healthy.
It's a good question. The basis always is the word virgin and extra virgin.
Right.
Anything else you see in terms of a fancy word in front of the label, like pure olive oil, light olive oil, cooking olive oil, these are blends with seed oils, actually. We want to stay away from that. Virgin olive oil means that it's 100% olive oil produced from mechanical means. It's a natural product, and it's been through some criteria to be fit for human consumption. Now, extra virgin is a level above virgin, and it gives you an idea that it's been through some standards that are regulated by the International Olive Oil Council, and so it's fit for higher quality category. One is very low acidities in olive oil. You have to have between 0 to 0.8% oleic acid inside the olive oil, and pass a panel of tasters, just what we did today, and have them all agree that you have no defects inside the flavor and the aroma.
And what about the press? Is it a cold press? I'm looking for
always very positive to look for cold pressed or cold extraction. Both are good. It means it's been processed under 27 degrees Celsius, which means you haven't burnt all the beautiful aromas, flavors, and health value. That's the quality.
So if I want to transport myself back here, I'm looking for, apart from the fact that obviously I'm going to be taking some home, I'm looking for extra virgin, cold pressed.
Look for an origin. The more specific the origin, the better. And
Crete.
Well, Crete is amazing. Crete is amazing, but there are also amazing olive oils everywhere in the world, as long as the producer is taking care of the process. But of course, Crete is one of the really nice regions to look for. Look for harvest date. The fresher you can find an olive oil, always the better, because it's a very sensitive product. Yeah.
So when people have visited you here, they not only they taste the olive oil, they have beautiful food.
Yeah. Yeah, so we do tours of the factory where we explain all the production and how everything works. We talk about olive oil, the varieties, the cultivation, everything that has to do with olive oil.
And next time they're at home, wherever they live, buying olive oil, they go, no, that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
You become experts coming out of here.
I love it. Chloe, just thank you so much. I will be taking some home, most definitely. And I do have, and I have probably about that much most mornings. I think it's working, honestly. I don't eat. It's the olive oil.
Well, you know, I'm actually 80 years old, but it just shows that.
Well, same. You're a bit older.
It's the olive oil.
It is. That's what we're sticking to. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for coming.